you want the truth.
You can't handle the truth.
Build it and they will come. This is a New Jack City, homie. Turn up your sound component wherever you are right now.
We jack up the volume, we'll be able to tell what you had for lunch.
The next hour is going to change everything you think you know about building your business, starting your business, and raising the money for your business.
Show me the money!
Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to another Reg.A Money Show. This is Ron Costa live in the Reg.A studios here in Las Vegas over the iHeartRadio network with Miguel Dotris. Miguel, how are you doing today?
Oh, my God, Ron, I am better than I deserve. Better than I deserve, my friend. It is so exciting to be part of this show. You know, we're getting a lot of feedback back from our guests and from our listeners, Ron. Man, we got some people that are really supporting this show that really got our backs, Ron. And it's so exciting to be a part of this Reg.A Money Show with you, Ron. I count my blessings. I mean, this is something that, you know, we've been putting together for the last year. You know, we're getting such great feedback from everybody, and the support, Ron, the support that we're getting via email, via Twitter and Facebook, and all those great things that everybody's, you know, commenting on. And, oh, my God, Ron, and now we're getting picked up by another syndication. What's this thing that I saw on your desk the other day about the another syndication?
Yes, we should be on Spotify very soon. I'm sure everybody knows Spotify. It's basically a music network, but they also they're getting into podcasts and shows now. In fact, Miguel, so Spotify, I think, is they're going public as well. They're a publicly traded company. So yeah, hopefully we'll have the Reg.A Money Show on Spotify before you even know. It's not there yet, but it should be there probably within a week or two, the latest. But I'm really psyched about that. Now we're going to be on Spotify in addition to SoundCloud and Spreaker and iTunes and Alexa. I mean, Miguel, everyone can access the Reg.A Money Show so much easier than it was a year ago when no one knew about us. It's amazing what's going on in Reg.A and with the show in general. My phone, I don't know what it is. This week my phone has been off the hook with Reg.A questions and people calling and people talking about doing the Reg.A. A lot of them just don't understand the whole process of Reg.A, and that's the reason why we're doing the show, to try to get them in more information on how to do this and how it's for real. Because that's another thing, Miguel. A lot of people think about this and they say, "Oh, you know, Reg.A, it's too good to be true." I mean, I'm sure you've come across people who said that, right?
Oh, I get that all the time, Ron. You know, you and I have been on countless phone calls together where we're hearing, you know, that's not going to work, or I know all about it. And, you know, some people do some initial research, Ron, and they think that they got all the answers, Ron. You know, people come on and they do some research. They call some people, you know, and they get some facts. They get some facts here and there. Yeah, but you know what it is, Ron? You know what it is that, you know, experience counts for a lot of things. You know, and I say this a lot. I say aces in their places. You got to have, and we talk about this, Ron. I don't know how many times we've talked about this, but having the professionals, your aces, your team stacked and ready to go, so that way you can get through the Reg.A process. So you can access the capital markets using Reg.A, and specifically the one that Ron and I specifically like to talk about, which we're really super psyched about, is Reg.A plus Tier 2, because that's the one that has the real potential to give you access to the public markets and beyond. And when we talk about beyond, Ron, it's monetizing your equity. That really is the key to that Tier 2 plus. That's where you really start to monetize equity, where you could do mergers and acquisitions, where you could do, you know, capital formation for expansion and other things that, you know, your company may need at the different stages of growth of your company. You know, and I'll tell you.
Go on.
Yeah, go ahead. Tell him about that guy. Tell him.
Yeah, we had a guy call us, and they were interested in a Tier 1 program rather than Tier 2, and I don't even think this guy realized how powerful Tier 2 was until the phone call ended. And all of a sudden, I believe he was like, well, you know, we'll definitely have to look at Tier 2 versus Tier 1 at this point. And that's one of the reasons. Tier 2 is very strong, Miguel, and I think a lot of people are realizing that. And you know, I liken this whole thing to an airplane. I know it sounds crazy. I was at the airport the other day picking up a friend. You know, everyone likes to travel into Las Vegas for sure. And I'm waiting for the plane to land. I'm hanging out there. I thought to myself, you know, geez, how does an airplane fly? It's so damn heavy, right? And, you know, you got these people in there. You got 200 people the passengers, the luggage. How does it get off the ground? But it does, right? And it's hard to understand how that actually happens. That's the reason why so many people are afraid of flying, because it just doesn't make sense logically. And that's one of the things about Reg.A here. Reg.A is the airplane, and we're the pilots. We're the people who are telling you, okay, yes, it does make sense. We're going to just let us guide you through the process here. And it's the same thing with the pilot on the plane. And I thought to myself, I don't know if that's a good analogy or not, but it worked for me the other day.
That's beautiful. I love that. Because you want to get lift. You want to get your offering out there, right? And we always talk about the 30,000 foot level when you're talking to your investors, So you have to be able to give them that high altitude understanding of your business, because you don't have a lot of time to do that. I mean, I like that, Ron. There's a lot of stuff that correlates there, man. That's always beautiful. You're always coming strong with that stuff. But that's what people expect, Ron. When they find us on Alexa, when they find us on Google, when they find us on iHeart, when they find us on Spreaker and Stitcher, when they find us, they're hooked. People send me emails all the time and says, Miguel, I just finished listening to 5 shows. I couldn't put it down. And I say, well, that's great, man. He goes, but 5 shows just left me with more questions, Miguel. And I'm like, well, then you got to listen to 10 shows, because 10 shows that get you all your questions answered. And if 10 is not enough, then listen to 50 shows. As long as I listen to as many shows as you need to kind of get your mind wrapped around it, or get in as many planes as you have to until you feel comfortable flying. Like one of those guys that has 100 million miles on their frequent flyer cards. Those guys that are always traveling everywhere they go. You know what I'm saying? That's what you need to do.
Did you just take my airplane analogy to a higher level? Okay, I'm sorry. Okay,
I like it.
We have a monster question today from one of the people that one of our listeners. This is a huge question. And I think the answer to this question will open people's minds as to how they can get involved with a Reg.A on a realistic basis. Yeah. Should we read the question now and maybe answer it in the second half of the show?
Yeah. No, I always let's hear it. Let's drop it out. Let's kind of let everybody process it a little bit, and then that way we'll go to the commercial. Yeah, let's go to the commercial. That way we can strategize it a little bit, and then we'll come back strong.
Okay. This question is from a guy named Robert J. out of Los Angeles, California. And he actually spoke to me the other day, called me on the phone, and I suggested that he would submit this question online, which he did. And that's how big of a question it is. Okay, so here I'm going to read it word for word for you, Miguel. And I hope you're sitting down, because this is the crux of Reg.A here. Here's this question. Ron, it was nice talking to you the other day. As you suggested, here's my question. In one of your podcasts, you mentioned how Reg.A is both for established companies and startups. But let's face it, startups probably realistically don't have the money it takes to get a Reg.A going. You guys teased the subject about how to get, quote, seed financing needed to get that cash to cover the cost of a Reg.A. Could you elaborate on that? I think there are tons of companies who would like to do a Reg.A but don't have access to the large amount of money needed to do so at the start. And if there's a way to get that cash, that's something everyone would like to learn about. Thank you. So what do you think, Miguel?
That is a question upon a question upon another question, dude. Okay, so the man, so it's Robert, right? Robert yes, J.
Robert, yes.
From Los Angeles, from Los Angeles, California. Okay, so I'll tell you what. Let me get to the nitty gritty. Flip this thing upside down and tell everybody where that seed money and how to get that cash. What I think is best practice. And then let's go ahead and take some bills. And you guys don't go anywhere. Don't go anything, because when Ron and I come back, we're gonna cover Robert's question. We're going to get all that out there for Robert and all you guys who have the same kind of feelings that he does, because I know there's a lot of guys out there that are considering and thinking about Reg.A, but they're just, kind of throwing their hands up in the air going, yeah, where do I get $150K or where do I get $175K so I can put this thing together so I can go and take my business to the next level and do that $5 million raise that I really need to really get my business off the runway. I did it too, Ron.
Here you go. Again. We'll be right back, folks.